Thursday. Boop 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 boop. What's up? I gotta find the button. Who's first to the chat? South Carolina Cichlids first to the chat, followed quickly by Jennifer J. Sarchicino and Eddie West, the Bearded Fish Keepers here. Big Pedro. What up, Internet? Gone Mad is here. What's up? It's the Biddy Brown Show. No, it's my show. Biddy Brown is off at the vet. Biddy Brown's getting an inspection from the doctor. Punky Pam is here. Liam James McDonald, what up? Luckily, seems like we're early enough today that Europeans, how do you say that? How do you say Europeans? The Europeans, the Europeans can be here today. Quick update on the weather. It is hot. 90 degrees at the middle of the day, which means it's only going to get hotter here in western Washington, and smoky. It's 90 degrees and smoky outside, you guys. You guys, it's just smoky outside. Only described as really hot and smoky. Essentially, the weather is like, air quotes, fire right now. Oh, it's on fire. It's on fire. The weather's on fire. Professor XTO is here. Punky Pam, I don't know if I said hi. Hans Hartman's here. Hola, muchacho. Glad to be here on a Thursday, and as some people have noticed from the title, how to find out what's shocking you in your fish tank. That's what's going on today. Strange coincidence. I forget who it was. Somebody was asking me the other day that there was some kind of, they were getting electrocuted from one of their aquariums, and guess who also was? It was me. I think we talked about that, and then the next day I was getting electrocuted while I was going in there. Luckily, which we'll go over in the video portion. I'll show you guys, I won't necessarily show you guys how to use a voltmeter and all that kind of stuff, but just show you how to figure out what it is, and kind of just go through the steps and think about what's going on and what could be shocking you and what isn't shocking you. You could do it manually without a voltmeter or anything like that. Luckily, nowadays, voltmeters are actually super cheap. I think you can pick them up like Amazon or even just like Holmes Depot or wherever you're going to, for a relative small amount of money to find out if there is current or not, which, if that's a helper to anybody out there. Mine costs an exorbitant amount of money, so if you end up looking for the one that I have, be prepared to spend probably way too much money on the damn thing, honestly. But it does work well. It does work well. It's just quite expensive. And Skinner's here. The Europeans are here, which is good. You voted against that, obviously. Obviously, Skinner is in England with the Brexit going on, which I don't know which side you land on with that whole situation, but I can't imagine it's going to go well for anybody. Realistically, I think just in realistic terms, I don't know if it's going to go well or not. But then again, I don't know the future. Maybe it's going to work out super awesome and everyone's going to think it's rad. And then they'll have like one of those old-timey ticker tape parades, you know what I'm saying? Where Churchill's coming through and everybody's like raining stuff down. What was all that stuff? What was the ticker tape parade? Was it actually ticker tape? Was that what they used? Oh man, now I'm wondering. I'm wondering what ticker tape parade, what did they use? Did they use? Let's see. What is a ticker tape parade? Is a parade held in a built-up urban setting, allowing large amounts of shredded paper. Originally actual ticker tape, but now mostly confetti. Okay. to be thrown from the office buildings onto the parade route, creating a celebratory effect by the snowstorm-like flurry. I don't imagine that a ticker tape parade will probably ever happen again, just because, I mean, ecologically, it can't really be all that smart to just throw all your papers out the window, right? Skinner's got the answer. It's torn up bits of paper called confetti. Yeah, so I guess they actually originally used ticker tape from what the inner butts there says. The inner Webbers, Weeblies. The inner Weebly says, I guess it was originally ticker tape. So maybe like, I'm kind of wondering, where did that come from? Where did that come from? New York City, since 1886. Those have made significant achievements using this site. Oh, what the... 1-inch strip of paper was used to print stock quotes from the ticker machine, popular in Lower Manhattan's financial district. So, I guess it started in New York, and they would actually throw the little pieces of 1-inch strips of paper, the actual ticker tape. They just throw it out the window. Obviously, apparently, confetti took its place later. How weird is that? That is a weird thing. And of course, welcome to the live stream program, whatever the hell this is called. I haven't really come up with a name for what this live stream is, other than it's just, I guess, Corvus Ocean on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe I should come up with a name for this, like Inner Butt. It's the Interbutts. Oh, Derek Reunion's here. Sorry, I always say Reunion when I read Derek Runyon's name. I always say Reunion, and I apologize. I know it's Runyon. I know better. I know better, Derek. It's Runyon. And, of course, Nisi's always here lurking, as always, saying to hit that like button, I guess. I don't know what even... I honestly don't even know what hitting the like button does. I mean, I guess it says, like, cool. I like this. And then I guess maybe it shares, but the algorithm doesn't really share this program around all that much because I have almost all the advertising turned off. Excuse me. It's smoky here, man. My throat, everybody's throat's jacked in Washington. The weather is hot and smoky. That's the weather report. It literally says there's a big sun at the top, and then it says 97 degrees, and then underneath it, it just says smoke. Like it's like some kind of thing out of The Walking Dead. Maybe if The Walking Dead had like a weather app, that's the kind of crap it would say, right? I guess when I say right, like I don't know. I mean, The Walking Dead probably wouldn't have a weather app, right? Because zombies. Maybe it would just have a big Z down there instead of smoke, like Zeta Zeta Zeta. Gone Mad's got an idea. Ramblings of a specials person. Specials persons. Oh, specials persons. Oh, we got to pluralize. Specials persons ramblings. I like that. That's pretty good. Extemporaneous thoughts from the ocean. From the ocean. I like that one. Wushu Jimmy Brown is here. What's up, Wushu Jimmy? I didn't say hi. Nisi says... the Corvus Ocean Show, best intros ever. Well, thank you. I like doing the intro thing. It's kind of fun. Honestly, if I could probably just get on here and make beeps and whistle noises for an hour, I probably would do that. I can't imagine anybody would actually watch that. Or maybe somebody would be like just rocking out in their car, driving around while I'm like, boo, boo, boo. You know, just making weird noises for an hour, throwing things around. But maybe I'll try that one time. Maybe I'll try that one time where I get on here and just stare straight into the camera for an hour and make beeps and whistle noises. I'll try to do that. Maybe I'll try to pull that off. We'll see. There might be a great revolt. The inner butt might revolt. The internets might actually just revolt and explode. And then people would get mad at me. Oh, hey, I wanted to mention that it seems like we have plateaued, and the subscriber thing has started making sense again. I talked about this about a month ago. We had a mass revolt of subscribers, and I'd like to say welcome to all the new subscribers. Awesome, thanks for coming back. It seems like it's back to a normal thing. I know that YouTube had some kind of crazy thing where it was like moving people around and all this kind of crazy stuff. But it got weird there for a while. Apparently, it seems to be back to normal now and seems to be working legitimately. Skinner, maybe I'll just make like an hour-long video of me and just like make loops of me making weird noises and then just post that up without any kind of title or anything. Just like a blank, just like a dot, just like a period. Here's an hour-long video of weird noises in blackness. So maybe I'll do that and you guys can listen to me make techno noises with my mouth while I go. Oh, and Joel Gillett's arrived. Thanks for showing up, man. I know in New Zealand it's probably pretty hectic from what I understand because Kiwis is busy people, you know what I'm saying? Wushu Jimmy Brown, you got a good point. I'm pretty sure people pay for weirder things on the internet than beeps and whistles live stream. I bet you're right. I bet you're right because I even know of an example that's even weirder than that. There's a gal in, and I want to say Vietnam or maybe South Korea, I'm not sure, she makes about $170,000 a year live streaming her eating to-go food. She just orders food and then eats it on a live stream. And people just watch her eat food on a live stream. That seems way odd to me, but there it is. There it is. Somebody told me at one point in time, they were like, are you sure you like doing your live stream the way that you like doing it, blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, yeah, this is kind of how I like doing it. I feel like it's pretty chill, and it's a good opportunity to do whatever. And they were like, well, I know a bunch of people don't like it. And I was like, okay. And that's actually the thing that I was pointing out to them was that gal has like 280,000 followers or something crazy like that. And that was my point right there was that like, hey man, there's a group of people that watch somebody eat food every night, which seems totally crazy to me, and that maybe this is more entertaining than that. I don't know. Maybe that's your thing. That could be weird, but that was kind of my point was like, hey, that's why I just transitioned and started doing these live streams and doing the videos and stuff this way because I like doing it better this way, and hopefully y'all like it. And if, you know, I've said it before, if you don't like it, cool, man. You can, whatever, I don't know, do whatever. You can watch the lady eating to-go food. That's what you wanted to do. Oh, Ashley Thomas is here. Yeah, there's a market for everything out there. And that's a good point. Maybe they are lonely and just want to have dinner with someone. Maybe that's what it's used for. Maybe it's like they put her on the big screen and then they eat their to-go food while she's eating to-go food. And then they feel like maybe they have some kind of company while they're eating, so they don't have to eat by themselves, I guess. I don't know, which would be interesting. That would be I guess that actually is a really good point. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's just a bunch of lonely people that like want to eat dinner with somebody and they haven't been able to meet anybody. Although it seems weird to me because you could just go to the grocery store and meet somebody and they'll probably go have dinner with you. I don't know. Seems like a thing, right? I don't know. Yeah, the computer sits in the chair across from them like a weird, like that weird movie. Oh, what was that weird movie where the guy fell in love with the computer? I can't remember the name of that. It was that Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Hairlip Phoenix. Had a weird dirty mustache in that and it was creepy. I'd play it to my stoner buddies, see if I can kill them with the giggles. That would be pretty funny. Let's see here. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. You stay the course with anything, eventually people will watch. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I guess if you stay with anything, people will keep watching because maybe something will happen. Maybe at some point in time, something will happen. Oh, Gone Mad and Ashley. It was a Her. That's what it was called. Weird movie. Makes it a little more sad. The computer sits in the chair. Yeah, either way. So, yeah, that's what's going on today. It's super hot and crazy out there and smoky because I think I explained this yesterday, but the weather pattern is doing this weird stuff where the air is coming from the north, which is pretty rare around here, the way the geography works. It's weird that the air would be coming from the north so much. And apparently Canada is on fire. Apparently all of Canada is apparently on fire because all of Washington is so smoky. It's very, very smoky. It's very, very smoky here. If that's the reason for the dinner vids, what's the deal with the spot poppers? I don't know. I don't know what the spot poppers are. What is that? All right, I'm going to Google this in case. Oh, God damn it. Oh, Skinner, you got me. You got me. I Googled that. Nobody else Googles spot poppers. That's not. No one needs that. Nobody needs that in their life. Oh, man. I don't know what the deal is with that. I think that is what the spot poppers thing is. That's got to be one of those things that you just send the link to somebody or just post it on their page or whatever, and they end up having to look at it for a minute. That's how that kind of stuff gets popular. It's like somebody, it's like car crash videos. You know, you don't want to see that, but so it's kind of weird. Don't Google it. It's gross. People popping zits and stuff. It's gross. Ashley was saying, I thought it looked real smoky yesterday when you were out. I thought it was a fire nearby. Actually, it's a fire that is like 300 miles away, if not maybe further. It might be further than that. So let's see. So 60, 180, 240. So about 300 miles. It's about 300 miles away. The Canadian forest is on fire. Apparently, they're having a big problem. But apparently, the fire where it is, I guess people didn't... They don't, maybe they just kind of try to contain it or something. I don't know. I don't know how Canadians fight fires. In America, something catches on fire, and it's like they call out the brigade, you know. It is gross, but there's like a fire like 300 miles away, and it's completely smoked out. We're getting smoked out here in Washington, and it's kind of gross. Vicky's working from home today because her throat is just killing her. As you guys know, she had the sinus surgery, and tomorrow she goes in to get that the sutures removed and stuff. So she's still kind of mouth breathing quite a bit, and apparently the smoke's just irritating the hell out of her. So she's working from home today, and took the dogs to the vet to get the dogs checked out. So that's what's going on with that. Oh, and KZ Karen Ellis is late again. No worries. KZ is always an honorary member to the live streamy extemporaneous show, whatever this is called. I got Matt's at work changing semi truck tires with the truck radio maxed. People staring at you. Surprises. Try to get that out pretty good. Let people know that you're changing tires. Scare people. Godmad's asking, what kind of overflow did I install on Vicky's tank? I guess I probably should have highlighted that a little bit more. So the overflow that I put into Vicky's tank was initially, there we go, when we're talking to a voice like this, was initially a 1-inch overflow. It was a 1-inch overflow that was Durso style. I like to do Durso style overflows. They are a little bit noisier, I understand, but I'll explain why in here in just a second. It was a Durso style overflow that was only 1 inch, and I was having to dial it down to 3/4 inch, which was just not allowing enough flow properly in for what we're looking for to pump water back up. We just weren't getting the right amount of flow through that, so I ended up upgauging it to a 1.5 inch, which is actually just a Durso pipe coming out of the back of the tank, and then it tees up like this and then heads straight down. And instead of having to restrict the flow at the bottom end of the pipe, I actually have two 90-degree turns in it, which is restricting it just enough to kind of keep it nice and stable. I could always downsize the hole or any of that kind of stuff to adjust it a little bit if I need to. But those two 90s are handling the restricting the flow just a little bit to make it flow correctly. And now we can actually put, so on the pump controller itself, it has 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is full blast. 1 is the slowest it can go. We can go all the way up to 5 now. We can't go to 6 just yet until I adjust it a little bit. We can go all the way up to 6, but 5 is going to be plenty so that her Singapore shrimp will have enough flow within the tank to be able to feed and not end up getting on the bottom and getting coated in algae and all that kind of stuff that will end up screwing up those Singapore shrimp, bamboo shrimp, whatever you want to call them. Those are kind of to be brutally honest, those seem to be the most important shrimps that she wants to have again. Those were kind of the most important shrimps that she had initially, and that's kind of how we're setting up the tank, is so that there will be enough upper area for them to kind of hang around and do all that stuff, and there be enough flow within that tank to excuse me, have enough flow to keep them well fed while they're living in that space there. And as Wushu Jimmy is saying, of course it'll go up to 11 at some point in time. But often when you go all the way up to 11 with your amp, more often than not the review is shit sandwich. It's only a 2-word review. Shit sandwich. So be careful on going up to 11, because it's just a little bit too loud to really have all that that full richness and sound and vibe and everything that people are looking for. If you're all the way up at 11, you just don't have that full ambiance that people are looking for with their jams, So just bear that in mind also, if you are going all the way up to 11. Hey, man, we're 20 minutes in here in the old Hangout interweb chat live stream extemporaneous ramblings of a madman. So let's do the quick what do you call it, air quote advertising part. Of course, I don't have anything ready to do that, so let me click the buttons over here real quick. Doosh boop doop, copy, boop boop boop. Oh, I gotta come back to this one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So the easiest way to support the live stream, whatever you call this, just the Corvus Ramblings show, will be to go to that Patreon right there. I just posted into the chat. Go there. Become a big-time subscriber. That we're also trying to fund some bigger projects over there. There's some goals on there. There's some other stuff. Some of my writing, blah, 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 is all on there. And you can check that stuff out. You could subscribe that way. You could click the Super Chat, which was broken apparently yesterday, as I found out from a couple of people that were trying to Super Chat and said it was broken. You can always Super Chat down below. Bump your question up to the top. I'll generally speaking... If you Super Chat a question, I will get to it before this thing is over, 100%. Sometimes I miss people's questions as the chat goes flying by. Of course, But the other way that you could do that is support is to go over to darkstararts.com. If you're going to buy stuff at Amazon, there's an Amazon banner at the top of darkstararts.com. And you can click through there. You can go buy stuff. You can go buy whatever you want. You can buy USB cables, Nicorette gum, and Post-it notes and really expensive paint that is right back there, right near those paintings. You can buy all that stuff there. It doesn't change the price. It just says that we sent you. Okay. Our big-time goal here is to never have any advertising ever again and completely fan-fund this whole project that we're doing here with the jazz hands and the spirit fingers and the flashing lights and the bells and the whistles and all the good stuff. To be 100% fan-funded, that is our goal. Okay? And we're not there yet. But someday we probably will, or not. Who knows? We'll see what happens. That's all up to you guys. I'm here spending all my money to try and do this as best I can. And, we'll see how it goes. We talked yesterday about some shirts maybe coming up. I'm checking out the possibility for some shirts. It turns out I'm just going to have to sign up for a deal, send in the designs, and then you guys order, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to get them printed out. I'm not going to get them printed out, but it seems like a lot of people have been requesting me shirts and that kind of stuff. And then Darkstar Arts, eventually I will have some of these paintings that are up here behind me that a lot of people have been asking for shrimp paintings and stuff, though right now I'm producing about 20 of these that are be a limited edition, and then everything after that will be different. for sure. But this would be like a limited edition for the 10 top Patreon contributors, and then there'll be 10 sent out somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll randomly select people or sell them. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Ashley Thomas is asking, are shrimp hardier than fish or more sensitive? When I get my tank started, I was thinking of starting out with some peppermint shrimp. Peppermint shrimp are saltwater, so if you were planning on getting peppermint shrimp, you're going to have to get a saltwater tank, so that if that's something that you want to do, then I would think about that. But generally, shrimp are less hardy than fish. They're generally more sensitive than fish. Almost always. In almost every case, they're more sensitive than fish. Though there are some really sensitive fish that would be just equatable to shrimp. So I would say that way. Karen Ellis is saying, join the Patreon, folks. It's quick and easy and painless. You'll be glad you did. KZ is one of our Patreon patronizers, so that's cool. KZ hates socks. Pajamas would be good. Oh, I like the idea of maybe doing some pajamas. I honestly was thinking about doing hats because I'm a hat dork, and I wear hats a lot because of work, because I get sawdust and crap all up in my dome piece. So which is why I wear hats a lot. Platform punchy with the pajamas with the flap on the back, would you get stick your butt out. I think those would only sell in Wyoming, though. I think the pajama butt flap ones would only be. I think the flappy butt ones would only sell in Wyoming, but that may be the hot ticket to us getting some property there. But I was one of the thoughts I was having was maybe doing hats at some point instead of shirts. But it seems like the printed hat deal might be crazy. I'm not sure. So I'm looking into between the two to see which would work better in realistic terms, if that makes sense. Which one would like work better? Which one's just easier to do realistically, like for you guys to buy? Because if those shirt guys, they like print them out as people order them, so it's the same kind of thing for hats, unless I order like 5,000 of them to be made, but then I'm gonna have to reship them. So if you guys were to order one, then I'd have to reship it, and I don't know. So hopefully there's some decent shirt or hat stuff that we can do in the future here, and we'll figure it out. Like those Australian hats that Greg Norman wore. All right, I like that. Vinicius. I don't know how to say your name. Vinicius? Vinicius, hey, not so busy today. Thanks for the surprises from yesterday. Fun stuff about shocking. Well, we're back again with more shocking stuff. And we got some video today of how to figure out what's shocking you and how to get rid of it. We also have some Powerhead talk. There's going to be some Powerhead talk here. Powerhead talk, moving water, circulating water. Vinny. Oh, okay. I can call you Vinny. That's a lot easier. Can coolies, wine bags. Well, honestly, me being a sober guy, I think the last thing I would do is endorse booze stuff, realistically. So I probably wouldn't do that. Corvus belt buckles would be cool. Working boots might solve it. Yeah, I'm grounded when I'm wearing my shoes. But anybody that knows me, I constantly take a knee. And nowadays I got these short pants on because it's super hot out, right? Vicky takes my old work pants and cuts the legs off of them and hems them together for me real nice, so that I don't have to throw away holy pants. And then I take a knee, and then I get shocked, and then I wonder what's going on. And I'm like, what is going on? Oh, Hans Hartman, that's a good point. Maybe I should put out my own toothpicks. I could just like hand carve some toothpicks and send them out like in a dirty old box or something. That would be pretty good. Bumper stickers. I could always do stickers. Stickers is pretty easy. But I was thinking hats and But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I know some companies I've dealt with in the past, it was actually just kind of pointless and sort of a bad deal for everybody to even be bothering to do it. So it might be, it might just be easiest to keep doing the paintings and stuff, and sort of just economize my time with how I'm doing those, so that I can figure out how to do like if you wanted one of them. So let's say if you wanted one of them that was like that size, to try and get them down to the $25 price point or something like that, I think is probably the range that most people would be reasonable to be in, but I haven't really done a poll or anything in regards to that. If they're painted canvas and stuff like that, they definitely need to, if they're canvas, it does cost a lot more to produce them. So that's one of the big issues. Is like each one of those canvases back there costs out to about $14 when you get down to it, plus the time of screwing around with them and gessoing them and all that kind of nonsense. So one of those basic kind of things. Temporary tattoos and one of those keychains that make noises from the 80s. I need a line of eyeglasses. Oh yeah, that would be pretty good. I'd be in for that. I wonder who would have me do an eyeglass line for them. Painting some shrimp with toothpicks and Australian hats. I could probably do that. I could put that together. Runyon would pay $25 for one. Yeah. Give them to children. Yeah, I figured the $25 price point is sort of the range that most people would be like, oh yeah, cool, send me one of those. The downside is if I do them on canvas, that like I said, it costs $14 with nothing on it, and then the time that goes into it on top of that, if I charge $25, I make about $2. And then the sad thing is I get taxed on the $25 because the government is a piece of shit. And I don't have any other way to say it than that. Because that's just, well, hey, man, real talk, bro, real talk. Shrimp tattoo designs, that'd be pretty good. Maybe I could find a tattoodler. I know there's a tattoodler that's coming up here that is a huge fish guy who's going to be at the barbecue thing. The barbecue frag swap coming up on the 12th. We're going to that. Anybody in Western Washington who wants to go to a saltwater frag swap, hit me up. It's in Olympia, if anybody knows where Olympia is. It's on the 12th. Y'all should go. It would probably be pretty fun for y'all. And probably pretty cool stuff there. You know what I'm saying? Cool stuff. Alrighty, so that's what's going on. Let's get over to the video portion here, you guys. Video portion. Video portion. It's a video. What is that? So this wonky device right here is called a multimeter. Fluke makes it. It's just how you find out what's going on with electrical stuff. Is this electrified? I will find out with this device. There's a bunch of settings on there that people would be completely confused about if I start telling you about them, so I'm not going to. There are lots of videos on YouTube about how to properly operate this one. These almost always voiced over by some guy who sounds like he's from, I was going to say the 30s, but it sounds more like a guy from the 40s, you know. The Fluke multimeter is ergonomically designed to fit in your hand, blah, 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 you know, those kind of guys. You can check out those videos if you're really concerned about how this operates. But we do have a positive and a negative probe that are in the colors of black. One's a ground. Black is ground. Red, hot. Testing. And there you go. So when my tank is operating, I had about... So you can see right there, so the 0.45 that's reading right there is basically just because there's water circulating within there. And then you can see it pop out. You can see it pop up when I plug the stuff back in, and now it's in fast forward. So mind with that. Once I get into the water, you guys can see what is happening is that I can differentiate between alternating current and direct current to find out, first of all, if it's one of my DC pumps, I would know. If it's one of the AC pumps, I would know. Or the lights, or one of the pumps. So I can pretty easily eliminate a bunch of stuff. So now I got down to the fact that there were 2 power heads in there, the Coralia type power heads, and you'll see me pull that thing out and throw it on the ground at some point in time. And the there it is. I was waiting for it. There's that Coralia power head. It's got something wrong with it. Something wrong with it is arcing electricity into the water and thusly shocking me. So the weird thing is that with this that was going on, the voltage actually wasn't all that high. I think it was 1700 volts or whatever. It's just enough to go and so it wasn't actually that high. The amperage was basically null. There's like no amperage behind it, which is what you really got to worry about with electricity is the amperage. So now that and then the thing is that so along the power strip I could just plug and unplug stuff with the voltmeter hooked up and see what was sending electricity through the water, right? It's a really easy process of elimination. Really doesn't take that long. Now, I'm a lucky guy who did a little bit of thought ahead of time before setting this up and ordered an extra power head of a different variety, this is those Jabao, Jayco. These are made in Taiwan, I think, is where these are made. I don't know. But sort of the, what you call it, kind of generic brand, the Jabao or whatever, power head, which they actually work pretty well, man. I have to say, they do what they say they're going to do. They are adjustable. They don't use a lot of electricity because they actually are converted to DC from AC, so they aren't chewing up a lot of electricity. And they actually do what they say they're going to do for a pretty darn reasonable price. I have no idea. I do not remember how much this one was, but I remember it being not all that shocking. Get it? You get jokes? I get it's not all that shocking, the sticker price, because I got shocked by the other one, like, get it? Yeah. Strong jokes over here today, guys. Strong comedy. But either way, I don't remember how much this one was. It wasn't all that much. It's got a bunch of modes. You can ramp it up. You can ramp it down. You can mess around with it and try and get it to do, some of the modes are constant. They'll just stay on all the time, whatever you set it to. And then some of the other modes will ramp up, ramp down, turn on, turn off, and do all these different things to help make waves and make your flow within your tank moving around instead of just a constant, circular motion or whatever, to help agitate things, get things drawn up into the water column and get rid of them. And that's what I'm talking about right there. As I move the camera over, you can see there was a lot of detritus and things that may or may not have hold on a second here. There's a lot of detritus and things that need to get picked up off the left-hand side of the tank, moved up into the water column, and then as that goes back down into the bottom of the tank, it will get picked up by my skimmer and filtered out of the water. So as you can see, it's actually doing it moves a pretty sufficient amount of water for especially kind of how small this unit was. And like I said, I don't remember exactly how much it cost, but I don't recall it being a whole lot of money. And here's the actual controller for it. I don't remember if I was actually demoing it or whatever. I'm just poking at the buttons and stuff, but you can get an idea of how it works. So there you can ramp it up, and it has a little light readout to tell you what level that you're at. It also has a feed button. You can hold down that green button, and it'll actually just turn off for 10 minutes and then automatically turn back on. It also has a dial that you can speed it up or slow it down, depending on what you want it to do. It'll also do, as I said, it'll also do those those programs. As you click through the programs, you can get it to do different things. Like sometimes it'll turn on for 2 seconds, slow down, stop, turn back on for full speed, and just do all these different things to help kind of make waves and not have just a constant flow only going one direction. Because my return pump from the sump coming back up in is already doing that for the tank. It's just going to keep that constant rotating flow going around. And what we want is kind of more like the ocean, where the ocean kind of sways around and does weird stuff because there's a whole lot of things doing stuff round and about. Runion's paid $75 for his. It is actually a great pump. It actually works really well. I was actually just holding on to it because it was brand new. Because it was brand new, I was just holding on to it just to keep it brand new. I didn't want to dunk it in the water. And I picked up those power heads from a guy for really, 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 really cheap. That was the dude that was clearing out his garage. He had just totes and totes and totes, totes and totes and totes full of stuff. And Joel Gillett with the super chat, giving a shout out to Joe Rogan. So give a shout out to Joe Rogan. All right. Because he knows that Joe's watching. Of course he's watching. Everybody's watching. The whole world is watching. It says right there, 20 people are watching. So, of course, like everybody is watching. Everybody in the club is watching. Hold on. What the heck is this? Oh. We got a guy selling a 300-gallon aquarium. That's always good. What is this stupid thing doing? All right, well, we already watched the video, so let's go back to this screen over here. There we go. It gets kind of finicky on that other screen. Sorry about that, guys. It's getting finicky, as you know. What is this weird thing? All right. Sorry. I'm trailing off over here because I'm reading a thing about this. So, guys, got a 300-gallon aquarium for sale. I just got in a message about 300-gallon tank and stand with a sump, return pumps, blah, blah, blah. A 96 by 30 by 24. That actually is a very nice looking tank. He wants $2,000 for it, so that's that won't be happening anytime soon. But cool little ad just came in. A really nice looking tank. If you happen to be in the Tacoma area, there is a 300-gallon acrylic for sale. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, at $2,000, that's a pretty good deal. I just had a guy send me a quote to build a new tank about that size. A little bit bigger. I think it would have been like a 400, but not much. Let's see. So it would have been 300 gallons is every 8 inches. So it would have been a 4. I guess it would have been much bigger. But either way, the tank, just building it itself, would have been $3,400. And this has all the other equipment, and the stand and the lights and all that kind of stuff. So for $2,100, that's not bad. Yeah, it's a pretty good price. I had just the tank, which I was looking for a price quote on a 450. I think it was about a 450 is what that would be. The one that I was getting the quote for, and he was saying $3,400 to just build the tank and have it ready, which I think is a pretty darn good deal itself also. But unless you got that kind of money, which I don't, then it doesn't matter. So you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying, folks. So that's actually kind of a good deal. But if you're down here in Tacoma, or Olympia, Portland, or whatever, Seattle, that would be a good deal if someone is looking for a tank that big. All right, guys. Well, that's going on today. Jennifer J wants bigger tanks. Don't tell. You just see the trick with getting bigger tanks is you just get them and move them in when nobody's looking, and then then when it's done, you're like, oh, this thing's already here. If anybody's opposing you, they generally won't move it out themselves because it's wicked heavy when it's full, and they won't be able to get it out of there. But if anybody wants to buy my 240 for 2100, let me know. I'm just kidding. I would never sell my 240. I probably wouldn't sell it at this point. I've got to a point where I was going to sell it at one point. I don't know if I'll ever sell that one. I'll probably keep that one for for probably too long. I'll probably keep that one. All right. So let's go over to here. We talked about anemones yesterday. Now we seem to have a good idea now to how to test for electrical shorts. You just kind of get a meter. Like I said, a cheap voltage tester at like Home Depot or whatever is actually only like $5, $10 or something like that. I mean, they're not that much. The only difference with those is that they just have a little light on them. That the light will come on, like an LED light will come on and say, "This is live," and you won't really know exactly what's going on. But you'll basically essentially just plug and unplug stuff until you get to the one that, oh, when you plug it in and out, you just a process of elimination. You can go through all the stuff and find out, and then you can stop getting shocked whenever you're grounded and put your hands in the tank, which I do quite a bit because I'm in the sump a lot. So I'll like take a knee, get in the sump, screw around, and get shocked, which I don't want to get shocked anymore. It's just not. It's probably not a good idea. It's probably not good for me. I don't know if it'll turn me into Spider-Man. I really doubt it. Ashley thought you were going big with your 75. Then I start getting into online reefing communities and find out I'm actually a total wimp. Yeah, a 75 is fairly small as far as reef goes. Like my reef is a 180, and it's not huge by any means for the reef community. The freshwater community, when they hear me talk about a 180, they're like, "Holy shit, what are you doing?" When I talk about the 240, they're like, "What?" But in the reef community, I talk about a 180, and people are like, "Oh yeah, cool, right on." Yeah, I had one of those when I was like 5, and now I have a 68,000-gallon tank in my basement. My whole basement I could swim in it. It's just actually the ocean. I'm just kidding, you know. But there are some people like that out there, you know. Jennifer J misses her 120s. Yeah, I think honestly my favorite size, if I was to have a favorite size tank, it's the 120 that's 4 foot wide, 2 foot tall, 2 foot deep. Those are by far my favorite size. I love that size aquarium. And if at some point in time when we move here, when we move from here, I'm gonna make a real strong run at possibly just outfitting the whole room with 120s next time, but it has been virtually impossible to find them. So the only problem is I might end up having to get somebody to build a bunch of them, which clearly is not cheap, realistically, when you get down to it. So we'll excuse me. So we'll figure that out, though. We don't need to worry about that now, but we need to worry about that way in the future, which doesn't exist right now. So, but yeah, the 120, the 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, those are my favorite size tank for sure. Oh, and Gone Mad's got 45 minutes till a 3-day weekend. Oh, that's not bad. Took an extra Friday off. That actually is pretty smart. Jennifer, the shipping. Oh, yeah, because you're going to have to ship it down to Nevada. You can't drive with it. Is it a glass? Is it a glass 120? Because if it's a glass 120, those things are crazy heavy. But acrylic 120s actually are really manageable, honestly, how much they weigh. No, Ashley, I'm physically getting shocked. Yes, physically getting shocked by electricity. That's why that's where the voltmeter and everything there. That's testing electricity. So the one of the power heads that I had in there was actually shorting out and electrifying the water, and was electrifying me whenever I was grounded. So if I put one hand on one wet hand on the ground and one wet hand, into the sump, which is wet because there's water in there, it will actually it'll electrocute you. So I mean, like I said, it wasn't that bad because the amperage is so low on it. It's just more, it's more Like, not, I don't know. Let me try to describe that a little bit better. It's more alarming than anything else. It's just like, it's surprising. Whoa, surprises! You know what I'm saying? Like when the surprises come at you. Let's see. Derek, I want a 240 so bad, but it was hard enough to talk my girlfriend into letting me put a 20-gallon in the living room. Just replace it one day. Just replace it when she's out of town. And then she goes like, what the hell is this? And then just be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And just stone face her. Just stone face her like, this is the aquarium that has always been here, man. Like, I don't know what you mean. This is the one. Little tank. No. This is the one that we've always had here. And see if that works. That might work. You're gonna have to play the real long play though. Liam James McDonald is asking, what is the standard voltage in the U.S.? In the UK, all plugs are 240. Most everything here is 110 or 120 volts. Most everything is 110, 115, 120. We don't... I can't remember what... Yeah, most everything here is run at 120. Nothing's run 208 or 480 or anything like that. And we don't run a lot of stuff on two-phase, if that makes sense to you. A lot of stuff that we run is... most of the stuff that we run is single-phase out here. So we don't really need most of that. Most everything is 110, and then we'll have separate outlets for 240, 220, for 208, for 480, for any of that kind of stuff, two-phase, three-phase. We all have different outlets for all that kind of stuff. Because America, man. Land of the free, home of the 120-volt, 110. Ours here is actually, it's... So to explain a little bit in electrical terms, whatever's stable within your household is what you want to shoot for as you go around through your household and find out what's going on with the stuff. Ours here at this house is 119.24 is what ours is at this old-timey house here. So as I go around and test the electrical and stuff, 119.2 is what I'm looking for, or 119 flat, which is fine. You just want stable with whatever you're going to be routing your electrical for. So, but ours typically is either 110 or 120. It's weird that somebody would be at 115, but it does. You do see it come up from time to time. Yeah. So I'm just catching up on the reading here a little bit. Do you or anyone know why the difference? Is it to do with geography, America's spread out, etc.? Well, we'd get into a really long explanation here, but what we do here, hold on, let me explain it. So in the United States, we have two legs of 120 coming into a house. So when you see that power line that comes to your building, it's actually three wires. You have one hot leg, two hot leg, and neutral, right? So you got two hot legs and a neutral. So in an American house, I could run 240 and 220 to every single outlet in this house if I wanted to. But there's no reason to run two legs for computers, lights, recording equipment, the portable AC units, TVs, all that kind of stuff. None of this stuff needs 240 volts. So that's why we don't do it in the United States. We just individualize the routes from here, and then we'll stack 2 legs together for like an electric range or a dryer or any of that kind of stuff that needs 240, 220, depending on what you're doing. But 110, 115, and 120 all refer to the same thing, as 220, 230, 240 all refer to the same thing. It's basically just the varying of degree. Yeah, so Joel's asking here, so 2-phase means feeds. Okay, hold on a second here. What a 2-phase is would be essentially like a 240 or a 220 outlet. There's 2 hot legs and 1 neutral running to the outlet in order to provide all right, in order to provide amperage and voltage proper to that equipment and to remain safely operating that electrical equipment. Like I said, this isn't an electrical training tutorial. I'm just trying to explain some of the stuff that is here. But that's how we do it in America, because I would say honestly, and I might be wrong with this, but I think honestly it's because it's safer. It's just much safer to, so basically if you get 120 volts, right, off of a single leg, it's probably not going to kill you if you get hit by it. A 220 with dual leg, with a 2-phase, so like a dryer outlet or whatever, that thing would probably kill you if you got electrocuted by it. You would have a serious problem. So that's basically the way I would explain it. Wushu Jimmy Brown is talking about how it's Edison's fault, basically. Yeah, it's basically Edison's fault, realistically, when you get down to it. He's the jackass that electrocuted a elephant in front of a whole crowd of people. If you've never seen that nonsense before, go ahead and look that up in your spare time and realize that people were fucking nuts a long time ago. Ashley Thomas is asking, but when are you going to drill my tank? I emailed you back. I don't know if you got my message or not. I messaged you back. Today would have been a great day to come out to do it. But tomorrow I'm working at Long Wu's house, so I'll be doing that all day, setting up his aquariums, so it won't hold on. Okay, sorry. I'm getting a bunch of messages on my phone. Whatchamacallit? What's the word here? Today would have been a great day to go do it. Tomorrow I'm working at Long Wu's house. We're going to be setting up his 2 180s tomorrow. And then the rest of the day today, I'm working on finishing out some paintings and some woodworking that I got to do. So that's what's going on with all of that. Let's see. Ashley's... your aunt had to have a 220 outlet installed in her house to run a tanning bed. Oh, yeah. I would do... If I had to say something for your 20-gallon, I would say Guides. I would get those guys. I would get some of those in a planted aquarium, mainly because I've seen a lot of really cool varieties of them coming up. I've never done them myself. I've seen them around quite a bit. I'm a little bit interested in them because I haven't had a lot of experience myself. So I would say if I was to say what to do in your 20-gallon, I would think about doing those with some plants. And I believe that they are fairly safe with shrimps and stuff like that. A 20-gallon tank, you're always kind of limited with what you can do personally. That's just kind of how I feel about it. It's fairly difficult to run a 20-gallon tank where I'm at now, mainly because everything will outgrow it in no amount of time. If you guys notice that even my 240 is starting to get pretty grown in and starting to get crowded. But if I was to give you advice on what to do, I'd go with those Guides and check those out, because there's some really cool varieties out there now, and plus they're live bearers. So if you got some pretty some of the pretty cool varietals that are out there, you could probably actually breed them and get a little bit of a breeding program going with them, which I think would be pretty cool and beneficial, I think. If you wanted to go salt on your 20-gallon, I would do a little mini reef. That would probably be pretty fun, because underneath a 20-gallon stand, you can typically fit a pretty decent-sized tank under there for a sump, so you can have all the equipment down below and not even see anything in your little no equipment in your little reef tank. I think that would be pretty cool. But I don't know. Those are kind of the two ideas I have off the top of my head. As Vinny is saying there, rasboras and shrimp generally can't go wrong with nanos and shrimp. Or, sorry, with rasboras and shrimps, that's for sure. Okay, well, we've hit the hour mark while I made weird noises, and so we could talk about Derek Runyon's sweet little 5.5 Planet tank now. Maybe you could, well, I would have to kind of know what's your plan with that little 20 gallon. I would have to see what your plans are with that little 20 gallon. What your plan was going to be with that. All right. So we've kind of hit the hour mark, and this is kind of where I start trailing off and wondering where my coffee is. So we'll get that going, and that'll be it for today, I think. Oh yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, big shout out to the current Patreon patronizers, which is Long Woo, Steven Skoglund, Aquarium Co-op, Joel Gillett, Cichlid Bra, M. Dan Hollander, Sashimi Whiskey, Jennifer Sarchicino, Matt Gilmet, and Karen KZ Ellis. Those are all of our Patreon patronizers. And an additional shout out to Mr. Joel Gillett with the super chat for today. Thank you very much. Definitely appreciate it. All ends up just going right back there. Tune in tonight. We'll probably be doing an art live stream. That's what will be going on tonight, if I do a live stream tonight. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on whether or not I'm going to do it tonight or not, or just call it good for the day. Because we've already been on here an hour, chilling, relaxing, shooting the breeze. So, who knows? But we might be doing a we might be doing an art one. I don't know. We'll see if I can get the cameras set up for all that, and get all that done. All right. Well, thank you. Shout out to Joe Rogan also. Thanks, Joel. We'll give a shout out to Joe Rogan as always. And the Biddy Browns. Biddy Brown's at the doctor. She's getting checked out. She's getting that what do you call that? The prostate check or whatever that yearly exam thing is. Alrighty, so everybody have a safe and lovely Thursday out there, getting geared up for a ridiculous Friday. Which is always good times. Always good times to get ready for Friday. If you're in the Western Washington area, stay out of this smoke weather, whatever this wacky weather pattern is. And just remember to have a good one. And Hans Hartmann, good night, Sweden. Good night, Netherlands. Good night, England. Good night, Denmark. Good night, Spain. Good night, Portugal. Good night, France. Good night, Italy. Good night, Germans. Who am I forgetting here? Oh, good night, Russia, I guess. But the United Kingdom, good night. And as far as all you Americans, it's America time. It's daytime. So stay up and get your work done, because it's time to get your work done, just like I got to do too. All right. Talk to you all later, and cover up your little earballs, and turn the volume down on your radios at your cars. Gotta go later.